my art darlings, Know the Art here with another speed coloring. Today, since I'm coloring in this mummy character, I thought I would give some facts about mummies. These facts come from factretrieve.com. A link in my bio will be provided. Number 1. The difference between a mummy and a skeleton is that a mummy still has some of its soft tissue, such as hair, muscle, or skin. Egyptians used vast amounts of linen to mummify a body. The linen on one mummy from the 11th dynasty measured 9,095 feet, or 845 square meters, which is enough linen to cover 3 tennis courts. Mummies were high in demand as medicine during the European Middle Ages. For example, Europeans would boil a mummy and use the oils to treat bruising, stomach aches, and a myriad of other ailments. That is disgusting. This also goes along with it. King Charles II believed that mummy dust would contribute to his greatness, so he rubbed it on his skin. I cannot believe how dumb some people are. Like this. What? He rubbed it? Ugh, I'm such a germaphobe. That's so disgusting. The most popular mummy in the world is most likely Vladimir Lenin. Millions of visitors to Moscow have visited this mummy. The oldest well-preserved mummy in Europe is the Iceman, who was preserved in a glacier in the Alps for over 5,300 years. Over 1 million mummies have been found in Egypt, mostly of cats. The ancient Egyptians mummified many different kinds of animals, including, as I said, cats, rams, ibis. That's that crane thing, isn't it? Hawks, crocodiles, mice, rats, lizards, and even eggs. It doesn't say anything else about why they did that, but that would be interesting to know. The Spirit Cave mummy is the oldest mummy found in North America. Unearthed in 1940 in Nevada, the natural preserved 10,600-year-old man was shrouded in woven reed mats and a rabbit skin blanket. That's pretty cool. I didn't know we had mummies. Mummies are usually divided into 2 categories. 1, anthropogenic, or 2, spontaneous. The difference is that anthropogenic mummies are deliberately made, while spontaneous mummies are created unintentionally from natural conditions. The Egyptians were not the first people to practice mummification. Nearly 2,000 years before, the Chinchorro people in South America were already mummifying their dead. They mummified all of their dead, including babies and fetuses. That's interesting. I wonder why everyone got mummified. It's not a bad way to go, I guess. I guess you don't die from mummification, you're already dead. But, I mean, it's nice that someone cares for you that much. Autopsies of mummies reveal that ancient people suffered many modern diseases, such as clogged arteries, metastatic prostate cancer, malnutrition, gastrointestinal infections, tuberculosis, stomach ulcers, smallpox, and cyanitis. Scientists discovered approximately 200 mummies in the middle of a Chinese desert. Scientists are unsure why the mummies had European features and why they were buried in a cemetery with abundant phallic and vulva symbols. Interesting. That would be fun to research about as well. In 1994, 2 scientists successfully used ancient Egyptian methods of mummification on a man who had died of a heart attack. According to them, their goal wasn't to create a mummy, but to create knowledge. The accounts of Herodotus and Diodorus are the only 2 ancient texts that describe mummification methods. The famous Egyptian Book of the Dead does not offer a substantial account of mummification. Instead, it provides spells, rituals, and incantations that were meant to help the dead enter the afterlife. The frozen bodies of sailors from Sir John Franklin's 1845 Arctic expedition were so well preserved that scientists were able to perform postmortems. The examinations revealed that the crew suffered from lead poisoning, most likely from their canned food, which caused substantial mental and physical decline. I think isn't that the TV show Terror is based upon that expedition? I could be wrong. I might have to look this up afterwards, but I think that's what it is. It's the show on AMC, Terror, if you've ever watched it. It's pretty good. The ancient Egyptian pharaoh King Tut, I don't know, Tut Akhenaten was buried with a mummified genitalia and without a heart in order to make him appear like the god Osiris. A papyrus used to make an ancient mummy mask may be the oldest known copy of a gospel, specifically the Gospel of Mark. It dates to around 90 AD, which is decades earlier than any other previously discovered gospel text. Also known as Sleeping Beauty, 2-year-old Rosalia Lombardo is one of the most famous child mummies and is the most famous mummy in the Sicilian catacombs. Her father had her embalmed when she died of pneumonia in 1920. Climate change is causing Chilean mummies to rapidly decompose into black slime. Gross. The rising humidity has increased the spread of flesh-eating microbes. Yikes. Lord Carnarvon discovered King Tut's tomb in 1923. His death a few weeks after his discovery increased the belief in a mummy's curse. One of the earliest books to feature the legend of a mummy's curse was written by none other than the author of Little Women, Louisa May Alcott. She wrote Lost in a Pyramid, or The Mummy's Curse. Alright, and to finish things off, let's talk about some facts from the Mummy movies. Arnold Vosloo had to go to some pretty painful lengths to play Imhotep, who appeared hairless in the film. For the first movie, I bravely consented for this lovely Scottish girl who is my makeup artist to wax me, he had told The Independent. For the sequel, Vosloo ditched the wax and opted for shaving instead. Given the sheer amount of CGI used in the Mummy films, from Dwayne Johnson to the pretend gunfire shooting scenes, it's interesting to know that the locusts were in fact real. While Arnold Vosloo didn't really unleash a torrent of insects from his mouth, fortunately they were CGI, the scene where Dr. Chamberlain struggles amid the locusts wasn't CGI, and the actor behind it said he struggled to keep it together during that scene. And I understand why. That scene really frightened me as a kid. Well, that is all that I have for today. Did you know any of these facts? Do you know any more? List them down below in the comments. And don't forget, if you liked what you saw or heard, like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. As always, remember to eat well, sleep well, and stay hydrated. Bye!